Welcome back to BTV1. Check it out. This video is going to be about FBG Duck's family. Just basically, this channel has been around for a while. And this channel was before Street News TV, Chicago World News, way before Chicago Scene 88, way before Trap Lord Ross, and they was actually one of the rawest when it comes to these storytelling and documentaries. Let's check it out.
Carlton Weekly, also known as FBG Duck, was born on December 6, 1993 in Chicago, Illinois. He was his mother's third-born child. His mother, Lashina, had Duck's older brother, Germaine, when she was only 15 years old. But when 3 years later, she gave birth to Duck and would later give birth to several more children. In the early 90s, while hanging out in Idle B. Wells, Brick and Lashina's second-born were outside.
Idle B. Wells is where my mama's from. That's where I went to be over my grandma's house. They would drop us off at Idle B. Wells. And this was in the 80s. 80s and 90s, I would be over in Idle B. Wells. Idle B. Wells where I saw my first shootout. Because there was a park right there with the pool. You got the pool, you got the park. And some guys, older guys, one guy was behind a tree. The other guy was behind them big metal dumpsters that they had back then. He was hiding behind. They both would shoot. That was my first shootout at the age of 5 years old, bro. At the same age as these kids. I should not be saying nothing like that. See what I'm saying? And then years down the lines, I get older, I get shot and almost died.
Playing when a shootout took place right near them. A pregnant Lashina panics and dives on her kids to keep them from getting shot and ends up having a miscarriage. Duck's father is a guy by the name of Carl. According to our sources in Chicago, Carl was a gangster disciple from the Ida B. Wells homes. Carl was only on the streets for 17 years of his life before going to prison. Unfortunately, when Duck was only 6 weeks old, a 17-year-old Carl goes to prison and ended up being incarcerated Duck's whole life. He was accused of committing some awful crimes. Crimes we can't talk about in this documentary. Lashina and her 8 siblings grew up in Ida B. Wells, living with their grandmother. The Ida B. Wells homes was once one of the most dangerous housing projects in Chicago.
So that's what I'm saying. As a kid, I'm in Ida B. Wells. I seen one time a guy chase looked like now that I know what he was, a crackhead, because I didn't know what was going on as a kid. He chased him. He was pointing the gun at him like as he chased him, and the kids was outside. Me and my sister was outside, and he ain't shoot him. So my grandma called us upstairs, and we went upstairs. That's what I'm saying. Stuff, man. Ida B. Wells was something else, man. My uncle grew up in, man, for real, bro.
Weekly family was well known. Lashina and her sisters were known for fighting. Anytime their brothers had an issue with females, they went and got their sisters. When Duck was born, Lashina lived in the Ida B. Wells homes. Duck comes from a huge family. He had many aunts, uncles, and cousins all over the city. Some even say that he has one of the largest families in Chicago. According to Lashina, her grandmother was the caregiver of the family. She had 9 children, including Lashina's mother.
And
altogether, Lashina and her 8 siblings.
Ask, like, why is it that back then it seemed like people had bigger families? Something is going on. You know what I'm saying? People have 10 kids, 9 kids, 8 kids at once. Now they not having them many like that, or if not any. You don't know what they doing to us, y'all. Straight up.
Had 57 children. Living in the Ida B. Wells homes was a good time for the family. Although they struggled, they still had each other. By the time Lashina was 22 years old, she had 5 children. Her and the kids mostly lived with her grandmother. Sometimes there were 17 people all living in a 3-bedroom apartment. Duck, his older brothers, and all of his cousins were taught to have each other backs no matter what. Lashina gave him the nickname Chunky Duck when he was younger because he was chubby and had poked out lips. While Duck was playing with his cousins and friends, Germaine was running the streets with other bad kids. He began getting arrested when he was only 10 years old. At the time, Lashina was addicted to crack cocaine. Back in the 80s and 90s, crack was the #1 drug in America. Millions of black families suffered the crack epidemic, especially in the 80s.
And I'm an 80s baby. That's the worst thing could have ever happened to everybody. This is the future effects of what goes on in the streets now because of all of that. This is the after effects of it.
Lashina even watched her mother struggle with the drug. If it wasn't for Lashina's grandmother, her children would have most likely been in foster care. Germaine continued getting in trouble. Shoplifting and fighting kept him and out of the juvenile detention. Germaine later attended Inglewood High School and played on the baseball team. By 2005, Germaine was deep in the streets.
These old buildings, they've displaced the African American people in Chicago. And they're all over here, and they're going to rezone this to make them condos so that middle class and upper class people can move, because as you can see straight ahead.
And that's crazy because that's exactly what they did. But it wasn't for no black people, you know?
We have the, what you call them? Lake Meadows apartments right by the lake.
In 2002, the Ida B. Wells homes began getting prepared for demolishing and tenants were forced to move out. This is when the Weekly family moved from the low end and Lashina's grandmother gets custody of her children. Duck spent a lot of time with his grandmother. He enjoyed staying in the house at the time. 2007 was a dark year for the Weekleys. First, Lashina's grandmother gets real ill and could no longer take care of the children. Duck had went to stay with a close friend of Lashina's. Tafra and Lashina were so close that they called each other sisters. At the time, Tafra lived at 6347 St. Lawrence along with her son, Rodney, later known as Boss Trell. Germaine had to fend for himself. He pretty much slept wherever he could. Let into an apartment. That same year, her 2-month-old son, Antonio, died at a family member's house.
Man, she been through a lot, bro.
According to...
When I tell you that lady been through a lot, man, for her to overcome that crack, that's not easy. Because I still see people from back in the day that's still on that. So for her to stop that, I really commend Miss Weekly. You know, everybody like to judge people. And black people got it the worst, man. We do it the worst. We love talking about people. We love downing people. We love doing that. We love thinking we can put a person in their place. Boy, always remember you might say the wrong shit to the wrong person. Always remember that.
Germaine was now a drug dealer and an active gang member. At the time, Germaine was a frontline soldier for a black disciple gang who went by the name Beam Team. He continued going to jail. In 2007, he went to jail for possession of heroin. According to Germaine, he ran with only older guys and even worked for them.
See, them the ones that'll send you off, though.
Duck would eventually become friends with Young, Duchy, and other people in the neighborhood. Him, Young, and Duchy went to school together. Duck and Duchy were in the same classes. Young is a few years younger. He had classes.
So go subscribe to Dark Hood Tales. Drugstore. Go subscribe to Drugstore because he tell good stories. I'm telling you, he got all type of stories. So I'm probably going to be reacting to a lot of Drugstore's content because it's pretty good. And I like his format of documentaries. I like Chicago Scenes format. I like Trap Lord Ross's format. So I will be reacting to their content when it comes to the street things. I'm no longer going to be doing any videos on it unless it's a reaction. I'm just going to react to them. So I'm sorry, people get older. Sometimes you get more mature. And I only was doing it anyway because you guys, it's almost like a director writing a street gang video or movie. It's no different. Just because I got that type of content on my channel don't mean that's the type of person I am. I understand Chicago's generational behaviors and just everything about the city and what we have to grow up into when we're being young black boys. So I went through the same stuff. It's just I made choices. I made a lot of bad choices, but I made good choices because of my grandmothers, and uncles being in my life and being good role models. You know what I mean? That's what kept me out of a lot of trouble growing up. So can't speak for everyone else, though, unfortunately.
With people such as Prince Dre, although Chicago was just as dangerous back then, it was still a peaceful time for the teenagers. Yeah. They would often play football and basketball. Duck was new to the neighborhood, but everyone took a liking to him. His closest friends were now Duchy and Young. The three began hanging out every day. In October of 2007, Duck and his sister went around looking for Lashina to get money for food. Lashina had just cashed in the last of her food stamps for cash. Duck and his sister walks up and tell her that they are hungry. That broke Lashina down. She immediately went to get help.
At least she went to go get help.
By the summer of 2008, Lashina was clean and ready to work. She began working at a cafe, making
Now, 2008 is when I moved to Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? That's why all this crap was happening. That's why when I came back in 2013, 14, and I started driving through, they call it Dark Side at the time. Ducknum side of King Drive. King Drive splitted them too. So I drove through there and I saw them out on the street, on the block deep as hell, looking at me coming down the block. I'm like, wow, that motherfucker staring at me. I was wondering why. Now I know, because they was in war. And there was a lot going on over there, and I ain't know nothing about all that at the time.
25 an hour. This was her first time taking a job seriously. That same year, she moved to 6607 Rhodes. Although Lashina was now sober and doing good, it was still a dark time for the family. Lashina's grandmother died this same year. The whole family took her death hard, especially Duck. Like I said earlier, Duck was a granny's boy. Germaine was now in jail for unlawful possession of a handgun. After living on Rhodes for only a year, Lashina and the kids moved to Wabash Avenue. This is when Lashina became close to Duck's friends. People such as Young, Duchy, Bostrel, K.I. Butter, King Lil J and many others began hanging out at her apartment. Jaro City was becoming the biggest gang in the neighborhood. Duck was pretty much cool with every gang at the time. A gangster disciple gang by the name of Boss City once ran 63rd and St. Lawrence. But around 2008, they began fading away. The guys who came up under Boss City...
That's how it goes. That's the transition that's happening right now. The drill era gangs, now the up-and-coming new little niggas that's under them. You see what I'm saying? Now they feel to be having names and different names. It's so confusing, and I don't try to keep up with all that, but I do try to see what is what, because you do got to move around in this city, and to each his own. Everybody ain't got to know the navigation of every area, but that's just me, because I was into that when I was younger. So, and I like to be informed. This is Beep TV 1. Go look at Drugstore, what is it called? Dark Hood Tales episode of Duck. I'm just doing a reaction video to, maybe I can get deeper into it and see. Let's see, because this is like an hour long.
You know, we have to make a but we gonna make that shit real proper next time you see it. So when we go on the block, shit, just holler when we got Super 30.
Okay. See.
Young Money was a huge, mostly BD gang located only blocks away. Duck was cool with many of the Young Money members. He was also cool with many THF46 members. Lasheena's younger sister's son is THF Raheem. Many of the young gangs got along back then. They played sports and even attended the same parties. Things wouldn't start to get ugly until 2009. Around this time, a new kid moved into the neighborhood. Shondell Gregory, also known as Tuka, was the new kid on the block. Just like many of the teens in the neighborhood, Tuka came from the low end. Lasheena and Tuka's mother had been friends for years. At first, Duck and the other kids gave Tuka a hard time in the neighborhood, but
yeah, that's like everybody. Everybody got to go through that in Chicago. It's always some niggas that's gonna try you. So BTV1, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Hey man, listen, maybe I'll have a part 2 of this. It all depends on how good this video go. I'll react to it more. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everybody. Y'all are the BTV1 multitude. You are a community of people that is subscribed to this channel here. Hit that like button. I appreciate you. Greetings to you all. Signing out. I'm gone.
And butter, baby. You little dumb mother.
See what I'm saying? How you gonna be on our team? You sleeping all outside.